what other things do you feel to get more out of your day? What else do you think we as men could do?
Yeah, so I want to touch on the play and fun aspect. And before I go there, I want to make a distinction between, when I say how to get more out of your day, that might not specifically just mean the 24 hours that are happening on this day right now. That could be putting in the groundwork that's going to make me happier over the next week, or make me a better person so I can show up for myself more often for the next month. So there are certain things that can accumulate and go across time, if you want to call it that way. But this idea of play and fun was a concept that, as we grow older, I believe so many people shy away from. I remember growing up as a kid and just playing in the backyard with sticks and my mum's paint canvases. I used to pretend they were shields and run around and just fight bad guys in my backyard. And
Did you get
I got them all. Got them all, man. Nothing got past these guys. But that's the type of play fun I want to try and tap into at least twice a week for at least 15 minutes per time that occurs. Whether that's, we were talking about this offline, whether that's sitting down playing with Lego, or playing Dungeons and Dragons with friends, or, going to chess, or going to a water park, or doing something fun for yourself, because that pays so much more dividends than, the quick gratifying, I don't know, procrastination, sitting around doing nothing. If you're going to be, everyone can find at least 15 minutes in their day, once a week or twice a week, to have fun. That's a given.
Yeah, 100%, man. I want to come back around this time thing, and there's something very, very, very important that you said. Is it may not be that to get more out of your day, it may not be today, but the work that you put in to reap the rewards for this long-term gratification. And so rather than the short-term gratification, how am I going to feel better straight away? And the trap that I see some men get caught into is the grind. I'll just go do FIFO and I'll just get ahead, and I'll just go out there until we get X amount of money. And then 4 or 5 years later, they're still in this thing. Or I'll just do this, and there's another thing. And so one thing that is really crucial, if we're doing that, of okay, I'm going to go hard, is to set a date, a finite date, and get some accountability. And that's the day I'm going to go hard to that. I remember when I got my coaching business off the ground, I was working pretty much all through the day, was building everything, and I had 3 part-time jobs. And so, 3 part-time jobs a day to build the business. And then at nighttime, it was the thing, man. It's I didn't want that whole spreadsheet to be blue anymore. So I knew, I was I got to make some sort of sacrifice. And right now, I need to sacrifice my own time and some of my sleep to get me where I want to go. And so I was up, man, building stuff at night, Monday to Friday. I'd have the weekends off at the night time. And sometimes until 11, 12 o'clock at night, up again at 6 o'clock, go to work. But I'd set myself dates of I'm only going to do it for this long until it's 3 months, and just get this thing off the ground. And it also comes with costs too. So not going to bed with my wife, or she was my girlfriend at the time, for 3 to 6 months. Not going to bed with her most nights of the week. It really stretched us as a couple. Really stretched us. Because there was no intimacy there, connection, and that physical touch was something that we really both deeply desired. And so, there was cool, there is going to be a sacrifice that I'm going to make, and it did come with a cost. It almost cost me a relationship. We worked through it. We've got some relationship counseling and that kind of stuff, and relationship coaching, but we were able to work through it. And one of the things was this time. And it's when is it going to be enough? And it's really interesting because I'd created this limiting belief that the only time that people would do a discovery call with me or a coaching call with me would be at nighttime. So back then, a lot of the men that I worked with were tradies. And I worked with my coach, and he's like, dude, that's such a limiting belief. You're people pleasing right now. Like ask, and that the exact advice I just gave everyone like 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, I needed to swallow that pill and give that advice to myself. It's like, ask for what it is that you need. This is the only time that you get to do the discovery calls. Ask for the coaching calls at this time and this date. And it's really interesting. As soon as I vibrationally matched that up and said, this is what it is, everyone moved, the world moved around me. And it was just like, oh, I've got my nights back. What's this? Oh my goodness. What is it? Is there any other, actually with the play, man? So this is one of the things too. So one of the other, like the heel in the sand or heel in the mud type, pushback that we get when we teach men this is, around pockets of time. We're like, oh man, it's just so structured. It's like so regimented. And I'm like, yes. And structure brings flow. And so with that flow, having a structure, like the time, if we map this out and we're particular with it, we take that time of organizing ourselves, that the flow and the efficiency that brings to our days is like monumental, because we're only doing exactly what it is that we need to do. And with that structure, we actually, like you said, we can structure in time to play, structure in time, like for me, to go surf, to go do jujitsu, all of these things. I structure that in. I structure those times in. Structuring just to have a break in my day to go talk to my wife and have some lunch and just nourish my body. And it is through that like flow and that feminine stuff that we get recharged, we feel back up to go really hard in that warrior energy when we're in that doing. But if we're consistently doing, what happens is we'll burn out and we burn the candle at both ends. So I've just got a pen here. This is a really cool analogy I learned. So if you can't see, I've got to remember we're not, for the guys that are on the radio. So I've got a pen that's it's actually going from like, from my thumb and it's going down vertical. And then that is just consciousness. That is our beautiful state, that flow state. We are just like that. That's how we're born. Now, when we find purpose, when we work, when we're in the warrior energy, when we go, this pendulum starts to swing. So it comes up. We go. But this isn't where we're supposed to always be. This isn't the state of a human being. So if we are consistently go, and that pendulum is swung all the way to the right, if we don't bring it back to neutral, the universe is going to swing it to the left, and usually we'll get sick. Right now, you guys can hear that I'm actually got the flu. We'll get sick. We'll injure ourselves. Someone else will get sick. We'll lose a job. Like the universe will make us stop to come back to neutral, to come back to flow state. So one of the biggest things, when we start getting really vigilant with our pocket of time, and we can really be beast mode with this, to ensure that many times a day we're bringing ourselves back to neutral. And whether that is, there's a few different ways that we can do that. Have you got any ways that you bring yourself back to neutral, Matty?
I mean, most of my, I guess, structure for coming back to neutral and just slowing down is meditation. And I'll do that every morning, first thing when I wake up before I even get out of bed. And that's literally to just get it out of the way. At least that's how I programmed my head. It's just like, look, I know it's beneficial. I know the benefits of why I'm doing this. But fuck, I just don't want to sit down and do a meditation right now. You know, It's like, I just want to stay in this warm, comfy bed. And it's like, no, that's exactly why you need to do it right now.
100%.
And so it's not only a calming down, resetting tool for me. It's building the discipline. It's helping build the discipline for all of those stories that I like telling myself to not do something, go to the gym or do things that I know I need to do. But yeah, we'll find every excuse under the sun to talk myself out of it.
Yeah, man. The knowing that you should do something versus doing it. That so many people have told me about taking these little micro breaks throughout the day, because I work from home, work for myself, or pretty much structure a computer most of the time. And that what they've said is taking these micro breaks where we get up, move our body and that kind of stuff, it allows your subconscious to compute and catch up. And that and for me, it was just like, nah, I hadn't tried it. And it's just like, no, but I'm blazed. I'm going to grind this out. And I've got like an unlimited untapped resource of energy, which people may call ADHD, but I could just go for 10 hours, man, with work because I just love what I do. that was really interesting. So I injured my back. I had a herniated disc at the start of the year. And so I was working with my osteo. I was like, hey, man, should I get a new chair? He's like, nah, don't get a new chair, but let's look at the ergonomics of how you sit. He said this to me. How often are you getting up from the chair in a day? I'm like, maybe once. Then get some food, if I eat. And he's like, man, you got to be at least once to twice an hour. Just like set an alarm and stand up, move your body, get that circulation going. And he's like, watch what happens to your creativity. Watch what happens to like your subconscious. Everything I'm just saying, he was telling me. And I was like, okay, cool. So the only reason I tried it is because the pain in my back was there. And so I needed to like get the flow going in my joints. So as soon as I started doing this, fucking magic. It was really interesting because I've got 5 different email addresses for the business. And we were syncing them to people's Gmail accounts so they could receive the information that they needed. And it was like really techie, and it was like really, really, I think, was it me and you doing this?
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. Yeah,
we're trying to figure it out. And so I just remember just forcing this, was just trying to like, how do I get this community thing to work? And I was just like, it's got to be this, and this is the way. And it was all like all the systems and everything, man. And I struggled for like hours, man. And then just let it go. And then so like, cool, I'm not going to figure it out today. And and then the next day, started doing the stuff of like, hey, just get up, allow the thing, the subconscious to work and everything. We sat down and it happened in 2 minutes. Just like fucking that.
Yeah, are you serious? How did we not see this?
Well, yeah. And it was just because there's so much pressure built up and so like linear focus that we actually missed it. And it was interesting because our brains would just keep computing for us, especially on the tasks that we're doing. And like, And so, having these little micro times of just allowing yourself like time block, getting back up, moving the body, having a stretch, a minute, like doesn't even need much, is super, super valuable.